smoking line for people to shoot the shit. And what's been going on, you sexy lady, you? I ain't talked to you in it. It's been a year, actually.
It's that's what I'm
I think.
saying. It's been I feel like it's been 2 years for some strange reason. I feel like 2022 was the last time that we recorded, but it could quite possibly could have been last year.
I'm trying to think. Did we? No, I didn't hook up with you last year. We
Eh,
posed to, but things got mixed up. 'Cause I wanted to talk to you about the naked. Did we talk about that last show? The naked trumpeter, where he was blowing the trumpet
Okay.
on the poom poom.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, that was the last time we actually talked. I do remember that. See, I got a good memory. I ain't that old. So, what's been going on, Mama? What has been up?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that, moving about, trying to keep myself busy. Most recently, I was competing to be on the cover of a tattoo magazine, Inked magazine, and for
Mm,
bumped out of the runnings. I was in the quarterfinals, so it would have been the semifinals and the finals. But I'm contemplating trying it again next year. But it was a great experience, and the support from everyone was really amazing. Um, yeah, it was
well,
good.
shoot. Well, I mean, you made it to we said the semifinals.
I did, yeah.
So, I mean, hey, next year might be the year. I mean,
This is
I
crazy.
I, I got nominated for AVN this year, so
And that's the thing is like there was 121,000 women who started the competition,
mhm.
and I made it down to the last like 2,000 before the next cuts were going to happen. So I'm pretty proud of myself. It was pretty good.
Damn, that's damn good. That's real damn good. And you were tatted up. How many tats do we have now?
I stopped counting a long time ago, but I basically have like two half leg sleeves. So both of my legs from the knees all the way to my toes are done. I have the thigh tats on my outer thighs on both sides,
Hmm.
back of my right thigh. Both my sleeves and my arms are done. I've got a chest piece, tats on my back. Like I've got a lot. There's
Yes, you do. I can see why you made it to the semifinals because you are tatted up. But the shit looks sexy on you though. Because some people it don't look as good. It like yours is real good, thought out. You know, and stuff like that. Unlike with some of the girls I see from Florida, they
right.
have a they have a tattoo that you be like, why do you? That's not even
Right.
necessary.
It's crazy, like the amount of times that I hear that, like, so I'll hear people say things to me like they don't like women with tattoos, but they like them on me because for some reason it just looks normal, like it looks neatly placed or whatever it is. I always find that interesting when I hear people say that.
Yeah, cause I'll never forget. Like it was this one girl. She had like a. To me, if you're gonna get attacked, it should make sense, and also the placement of the tag is also very important to me.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like for example, like I was recently been listening to Kevin Gates. I like the little tattoo where he got the gun on his hand, and the way it looks is the barrel is two of the fingers. Period. So that's kind of cute. But I don't see a point of a woman having a tattoo of a Saturday Night Special Colt 45 on her ass. I don't see the purpose of that.
I think one of the wildest ones I've ever seen was a woman, she had like a dick tattooed on the side of her face with like a little cum shooting up out of the dick. And I thought to myself, like, okay, yeah, you can cover it with makeup and stuff but like of all things to put on your face, a dick? A dick coming on your face? Like that's just some wild shit to me. If you're gonna do that, like put the dick on your ass with the cum shooting over your. Like I get that we all have kinks and we all. I mean I
Yeah,
like my face painted. You know what I mean? But like with real cum and with a real dick, but to have a permanent tattoo of somebody's penis on my face, absolutely not. That's just crazy.
no, the wildest one I saw was a girl had one, and it was on her back. It was a tattoo of a dick with wings. I said, "Well, I'll be damned." I guess that dick made her fly away.
Maybe. Or she's missing the I don't know, maybe it's a heavenly dick. Maybe the person passed on.
I guess
Uh,
she said his dick. I guess his dickmanship is godlike.
yeah, she missing that penises. It has her. That's I feel like it's your body. Do whatever you want, whatever art you want to put on it. I've seen some things that are for me would be questionable, but far be it for me to say that somebody should or should not do what they want with their skin, right? So
Hey, it's
each
their
his own.
body. If they like it, I love it. And with that being said, welcome to the Smokers Lounge, people. You know what it is, award nominated, and all that good stuff. You know who I am. I'm Kevin Arbor Summer Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. Find all my links with one link, allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Four sponsors to tell you about. The first one being eroticismmagazine.com, the hottest adult mag in the game. Next up, award-winning, award-nominated voiceover with their smut, and they even have virtual reality site, which is award-nominated, blushrocker.com. And for you candle lovers, they got candles for you to do the little wax play where you might pour it on your significant other, do some freaky shit, or if you just want to set the mood with a nice kinky smell,
Mhm.
go over to the Kinky Candle Company. You can find them on Etsy, and the link is in the description. And for you people that need some help with the law, look no further than our wonderful newest sponsor, the Queen of Law herself from the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm talking about Mitchell Ferrari. That's right, all your legal needs. We're talking about gun laws, we're talking about child support. Anything you need, she got you covered. All you got to do is the link is in the description. Facebook, Instagram, go find her, the Queen of Law. Also, check me out 5 days out the week at fullswatradio.com. Also, check me out at Skyheart app, adulttv.com, as well as the BGP LLC app. Now, it's been a minute since I had this sexy, gorgeous lady with the sweet Pum Pum, who is a pod mommy on the Smokers Lounge. And I'm happy to bring her back, none other than AJ Badass Jones. And she is the host of the Pum Pum Chronicles podcast. Say hello and welcome back.
Hello, 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 and thank you for having me back on your amazing show. I'm really happy to be here. Big up the Jamaicans, them. Big up the Yardie, them. Big up all the good pussy gal, them. Big up all the tight hole pum pum gal, them. Big up on yourself. Big up on yourself.
Yes, Lord, we missed the Pum Pum. So how has it been on the podcasting tip?
I've taken a bit of a break. I've been focusing on some other business endeavors, and just on a whole, needed to take just a bit of a mental break. Anybody who podcasts knows that sometimes it can become a little overwhelming. But I'm
Yes.
definitely back in the swing of things and getting back in gear because it also is something that I love very much.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, sometimes it can just be a little bit overwhelming, and sometimes you just need to clear out your headspace. So I took a bit of a hiatus, but I am back and going to be dropping some new episodes soon.
Oh, most definitely. And the fans are looking forward to it. Trust me, I know the feeling because you see how hard I go. And
Mm.
sometimes I got to take a day. I need to take it. Even it's rare that I will cancel, but if I feel that I need a mental day, I will cancel an
I-
episode quick. Because it's not just recording,
yeah,
it's prepping, it's promoting, it's so much shit that you have to do on the back end that people don't realize when it comes to podcasts.
absolutely. And I think that in this day and age, paying attention to your mental health is it's paramount. There's so many of us that we go hard, and before you know it, you're completely burnt out. You're getting sick all the time, and you just feel tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so paying attention to your pace is really important so that you don't end up feeling shitty or feeling like you really got to just stop doing everything because it's too overwhelming. So that's good when you recognize that you need to stop for a minute and you actually stop for a minute. That's blessed. It's absolutely blessed.
And see, with me, it's hard because I got one speed is go.
Right.
I just go, you know what I'm saying? And even when I like have somebody who cancel, and they cancel for good reasons or what have you, but it like part of me be like, damn, I kind of glad they did that. I
Yeah.
kind of need to go to bed a little early tonight.
I hear you.
But shoot, but it's kind of like, to me, it's the same way that I would take when I was in the adult film industry. You know, but like I said, it's just the tiring part of it. It's not the recording; it's that keeping up with the uploading and uploading to the different platforms. And now I'm definitely doing video more than audio. So that's another different beast within itself and everything. And then also figuring out how to monetize your stuff, because I mean, I don't know how much you pay attention to the podcast wars, but I kind of can't help it because I listen to a lot of podcasts. But it's an educational course, especially with See the Thing Is when they did their breakup, of how much money them fuckers really spend on their podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. It's big business, you know what I mean? And the thing is, like, for people like yourself who've been in this like a long time, you know what I mean? You're you're solid in it. This is your livelihood, part of your bread and butter. This is what you give your all to. Whereas
Mhm.
people, and not to diss anybody, but you have some people who like pick up a microphone, do a couple of episodes, and realize how much work actually goes into it. And it's not just a matter of getting up every day and just talking about, like, you have to have content that has substance, which you
Yeah.
definitely do. You have to have guests that have something to talk about, and not just your friends all the time. Like, you have quality guests on your show. You talk about like a multitude of topics. And like I said, you're solid in this, and it's definitely respected. And you do you're amazing at what you do. you
Thank
know
you. You making me blush. I wish I could see it right now. Dark skinned man blushing. Cheeks red in the motherfucker.
but it's the truth. You know what I mean? Look at it. I think we got in contact, I would say, like, a little over 2 years ago, and 2 years
Mm-hmm.
later, you know what I mean? I'm flattered to be back on your show as a guest, but just to let me know, in that 2 year time frame, you've been doing your thing and going strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell or high water, come push or shove, whatever life is throwing at you, this is
Mm.
you are dedicated to it, and you go hard for it, and I respect that.
Thank you. Thank you. Because it's like, to me, I love doing it anyway. You know, it's just like I said, it's just keeping up with the uploading. Cause that is crazy as fuck, yo. And it's to me, cause I see a lot of people are starting to try to do podcasting. Podcasts become just as saturated as the adult film business has became.
Yeah,
And to me, it's kind of like, especially for people on the porn side, they kind of saw. I think a lot of motherfuckers watch my ass and kind of learn. I could be wrong, but I kind of feel that energy of, yeah, a lot of motherfuckers getting it because they see what I'm doing with it and they running with the shit. Because to me, it's you just it's a labor of love. You got to love doing it.
absolutely.
And you also got to find something passionate in talking about. Because
Yes.
with me, it's like my whole thing is I want I want people to see that people that's in the sex world or just in general, they are intelligent, they are smart. We talk about more things than just sex, what have you, even though that's the fun part. But you know what I'm saying? But also at the same token, talk about it intelligently. It's not just about shock value.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of times when people have sex work on a podcast, or even with some of these podcasts in general that discuss sexuality, it's more about shock value than the actual educating the people and giving them an understanding of what they're seeing and what they're getting themselves into, versus you're glorifying and making it seem like it's all cool, and then they get in it and they be like, wait a second, it wasn't as cool as you thought. Well,
Yeah,
they didn't tell you about the other side of it, because there's always two sides of a coin, of the same coin, no matter what.
absolutely.
So, shoot. So, what other things have you been getting into other than the podcasting?
What have I been getting into?
Yes.
So I started a company that's creating oils for the body.
Ooh.
So oils, um, face and body oils, pussy elixir, good for the pum pum, makes her soft, sweet smelling, supple, keeps her juicy and fat. And accessories, the beard combs, brushes, face rollers, and all that kind of stuff. So I've gotten into like health and beauty care.
Mm-hmm.
And then a very good friend of mine and I, we are doing an adults only couples retreat in November. Uh,
Oh, okay.
on those two endeavors and getting the word out about those things. Yeah.
So shoot. So with interested, she said the Pum Pum thing. You know, I'll go ahead and talk about that. Um,
Pussy elixir. Pussy
the
elixir.
pussy elixir. So with with how much? How can I put this? Because sometimes I heard. I mean, I'm not a woman. You know, I don't know. I heard that you're not supposed to put something down there but too tough, because you know our female douche and stuff like that. Her dish wasn't great,
Yeah.
supposedly, and stuff like that. So, what is good for women for that? You feel what I'm saying? There might be a natural alternative, what have you, because you don't want to dry it out or what have you. And then, of course, you know, some females I have met put deodorant down there. That's the worst tasting thing. You have to eat coochie and it tastes like deodorant, you know, or baby powder. I'm like,
So you're not
no.
supposed to put anything inside of you because that will fuck up your pH balance and cause you all kind of issues.
Mm,
And I know even like there are douches that are created that are supposed to be pH balance friendly. At the end of the day, there isn't anything that's supposed to go inside your vagina,
mm,
because it's self cleaning. Like it's a natural. It has a natural self cleaning function,
mm,
and if anything is wrong, you need to consult with a doctor. I see women who are putting these suppositories and they're this. If you're putting in a suppository and a bunch of stuff is coming out of your vagina, you need to go see a doctor. You need to go see a gynecologist because
mm,
and pussy's not supposed to smell, like super sweet. It's not supposed to smell sour. It's not like it's supposed to have like a natural wet kind of scent,
mm,
right? The
mm,
oil that I created, it's 100% natural. It goes on the outside. So for those of us who like a little bit of bush on our front, is to rub into your hair, rub into your skin. It absorbs really easy, so it's not
mm,
greasy. If you are a woman whose thighs rub together and you got like the dark spots, it helps with the dark spots if you're rubbing it on your inner thighs. So basically, where you're supposed to use it is on the mound where your hair would be if you have hair, and if you don't have hair, that's fine as
mm.
well. But on the mound, the top part, the front facing part, in your creases, so like in the groin area and in your inner thighs. Don't rub it on your lips, don't rub it in between your lips, and definitely do not put it inside of you. So
See, that's
that
what I'm saying. See,
so
women
even if
got stuff to just make their shit smell wonderful. Ours is just soap and water.
exactly. And if you ever feel like you really do need to douche, honestly, I recommend just plain water. No vinegar, no
Mhm,
fancy solution, nothing. Just water, put it in, hold the water, squirt it out of you. And even that, don't do it every day and don't do it too
mm,
often. Because
mm,
again, bodies naturally clean themselves. We have a natural system in place that helps to, excrete the secretions that we need to get out of our body, and that's it. The oil that I've created or that I had created, again, it's 100% natural, vegan,
mm.
animal free, cruelty free. It goes on the inner thighs, in the groin area, on the mound, on your lower part of your belly, so that even when somebody's going down on you, they can smell the sweetness of the pussy elixir, but what they're tasting is still you.
See, there you go, fellas. You can get that for your woman too, then.
It smells so good. It smells like roses and warm vanilla. Like it's
Mm,
if you want to dive face first into her. My girlfriend, one of my best friends, she just went to Jamaica for her birthday. She took her mom to a resort, and her mom had put some on and had gone in the pool. And this man came up to her and asked her what she was wearing because he could her how amazing it smelled. And the same thing with my girlfriend when she was on the beach. Several people came up to her and asked her what she had on because it wasn't like an overpowering smell, but when you walk past, it's like you ever walk past a woman and her perfume just catches you and you're like, oh my,
yeah, yeah. You like, oh, what's that?
exactly. It was like that kind of smell. And imagine being in a tropical country where it's hot
Mm.
and that scent is going through the air. That's what I'm saying. It'll make you want to get face down, face first.
Yeah, because people don't realize how much scent helps to arouse someone, turn someone on, and
Absolutely.
it can even set the mood. You know, because it's just like when I was talking about it with the candles, and even with cologne or or perfume. Certain scents is just like boom. It's like I'm gonna ask you a question. How did you figure out the scent? Did you just smell it and be like, something, this is making me horny as fuck? Yeah, yeah, use that one. Use you feel what I'm saying? How did you pick the scent?
So it was a process of elimination. Like I thought about like the scents that I personally like and the things that smell good on my skin, and then the things that I've smelled on other people, because a lot of it is what works with your pH balance on the outside, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you ever smell something, you're like, oh yeah, that smells really good. And then you put it on yourself and you're like, nah, this smells terrible on me. It's because not everything works well with our body chemistry. So I thought about the scents that work really well with a woman's body chemistry. But then I also thought about the scents that would smell really great when she's hot, when she's warm, when her body is excreting, when her body is sweating. And so it took me about 6 months to come up with the right formula. Um, but so far, everyone that's tried it, no matter what your body chemistry in, there's something that triggers or activates a scent within it, the chemical compound, that,
Mm-hmm.
that it makes it smell great on everyone. It's the same with the beard oil. Several different people that I've given samples to that have tried it have
Oh,
said that
we have beard oil.
I make beard
See,
oil. Yeah,
see, I've been looking for something like that because I have a beard.
yeah.
Duh, but you know what I'm saying? And I want something that make it like feel softer to the touch and stuff like that, and even smell good or what have you.
Oh, it smells it. We gotta talk after. I gotta send you a sample of it, but it smells amazing. My girlfriend who bought it for her husband told her husband that he cannot wear it outside of the house because he said when he puts it on, she feels like she wants to back him into a corner and just molest him. But even him, he said that he's noticed that his beard is shinier, it's healthier. When he goes and gets his beard treatments, normally the
Yeah.
was using before, it would take them 2 washes before his beard would lather. He said with my oil, his beard lathered on the first wash.
Mm.
It's not heavy. Even with the face and body oil, it literally like it evaporates into your skin. Like some oils, you feel like they're heavy on your skin, makes your
Mm.
skin greasy. These oils, they don't do that in any way, shape, or form. You literally put it on, it moisturizes, and then it disappears. There's no greasy residue at all.
Shoot. So for my male smokers and female smokers, the link will be in the description where you can get these products. and I definitely might want to get a couple of. I definitely want the beard one because I want my beard soft to touch. So when the ladies touch it, they be like, oh, I
Mhm.
like that. Beard. Because women love touching soft beards.
Yeah, it will have one be like, come here, daddy.
Oh my goodness. So shoot. So I mean, but
Oh,
see but
no,
to
no,
me that is so cool that you know what I'm saying, expanded your brand to encompass this merchandise like this.
absolutely. I'm always thinking about, I feel like as creators, as entrepreneurs, you can't get stuck in one place. And not to say that you have to like wear a million different hats,
Mhm.
but like we don't get stuck in one place. We're always thinking about, how can we incorporate something different that's still true to who we are? How can we add something that, shakes the market up a little bit, but it still remains true to who we are. So
Mhm.
thought about creating like the face and body oil, the pussy elixir, and the beard oil. For
Mhm.
me, it's about the scent. It's about the scent of attraction. It's about, walking past that man and be like, my God, can I go home with you because you smell so nice, or that woman, like you walk past and you're smelling her skin, like, my God, you smell delicious, which is still true to me and what I do in terms of education around sex and intimacy and
Mhm.
pleasure. And just from the perspective that, like you said earlier, pleasure starts with scent. Pleasure starts visually. You can see
Mhm.
it looks beautiful, but if you smell them and they smell foul, that just kills all the attraction, no
Oh,
matter,
yes, it does. Yes,
right?
it does. Yes, it does. Yeah. I mean, because the first thing you're gonna get is the scent and sight. Period. The sight when you see the person, and then when you walk past them with the smell of them. And sometimes the smell will make you turn around and pay attention to them. You
Yes.
know, because people don't realize the smell can generate a certain type of energy.
Mm-hmm.
and it can draw us with it.
Yeah.
Period. No different than if you come in the house and you smell some chicken in the oven cooking. You're like, ooh, now you're hungry. You might
Mm-hmm.
not been hungry all day.
It's so very true. I think that you've got people who are like really dynamic looking, very
Mhm,
attractive, but their hygiene may not be the best. And then you'll have someone who is maybe more average looking, but
mhm,
their hygiene is immaculate.
mhm,
And they will grab your attention because of how they take care of themselves, because of the way that they smell, because of how they care for their beard, because their nails are groomed, because they, walk a certain way that they know that their confidence is rooted in who they are, and they're not keeping
mhm,
this, but they actually take care of themselves. Those
mhm,
things are very important. Listen to me, a man who is well groomed and smells fabulous, that is, average looking to everybody else, will get my attention any day of the week over somebody that looks amazing and everybody's running behind that person, but
mhm.
they smell regular. I can't get past that.
No, because to me, even with me, like I go to work, I make it a point to put on cologne because, like
Yes.
I said, it's just to me, I want to smell good because one, I know I'm going outside. Plus, I smoke weed. I try to smoke a blunt before I go to work. So there you go. So I can't go in and smell like a ganja factory. So I had to put on cologne. But it feels good when I walk past a lady. She's like, "Ooh, you smell nice." You know what I'm saying? It presents a compliment automatically,
Yep, you're absolutely right. You're
and the
absolutely
conversation started too.
yes. Because think about it, like so many times, and maybe not even just women, like a man who's confident in himself, you stop you, be like, "Hey, brother, what is that cologne that you're wearing? What do you got on that smells like that? Because that smells like a lady killer. That smells like whatever it is. You know what I mean? Whereas women would
Mm-hmm.
be like, you smell so. I will tell you the crazy story. I remember following a man through a mall because of kid, I kid you not. I was headed out the door and this man was coming in through the door. And when I tell you I made a U-turn to follow behind, and at some point I caught myself, I'm like, Jones, what are you doing? You know what I mean? But the way how he smelled, man, he could have got some of the gripper just based on how he smelled.
Mm.
Hmm.
Well, fellas,
Scent,
we learned something valuable.
scent, scent is everything.
Yes, it is. So now, people, we done got y'all warmed up. Let's get some podcasts because she is a podcaster, a pod mommy, as
Yeah.
I like to call them. And we talk about sexuality on my podcast, everything else too. But today is about sexuality because I'm with the proprietor of the Pum Pum Chronicles. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Now, dating in the internet age is way different. Not just because it's the internet, not because it's over the phone, not because it's swipe left, because now you got different factors that are added into the dating pool. The poly lifestyle, the swinging lifestyle, you know, with I guess the gender thing and everything. It's so many things that now add into a pool of dating. So it's kind of like in this day and age, how crazy is it, man? Let me
I
begin there.
it's it's disheartening. And I'm trying not to get stuck in that rut of, and I have said the dating pool has pee in it, the dating pool has fentanyl and vomit in it. And I'm really trying to take myself out of being stuck in that headspace and
Mm-hmm,
saying to myself, "You know what, there are still good people out there,
mm-hmm,
but they make it hard. Some of these people make it hard." Like the last person I was dating, honestly, the last
mm-hmm,
thing I told him is like, "You make me feel like I just don't want to date anybody." Because if I had hoped that a relationship would have worked out based on
mm-hmm.
what you said and all that, that would have been it. But just the way that everything ended and the way that things played out, that last dating cycle that I went through, it makes me feel like I just don't want to date nobody. I'm good just dating myself probably for the next couple of years and just doing the things that I love and appreciate and hoping that somebody stable and somebody that stands on what they say comes along. But it's tricky and it's disheartening. I've been having to give a lot of advice lately to people who are still navigating their way through the dating pool, but I'm not gonna lie, it's tough out here. It really, really is tough out here. Like I just never know what people are looking for. And my stance is like, whatever it is that you're looking for, say that shit up front. If you're
Yeah.
looking for some pum pum or some kaki, say that. If you're
Mhm.
looking for somebody that you can kick it with every now and again, but you don't want nothing that too serious, say that. If you're looking for somebody to actually build with and settle down with, say that. Stop fucking playing games with people.
I
Playing
think
people.
I think the problem is one, social media has changed how men and women not only interact with each other, look at each other, talk to each other. Period. Because even to the point, like when I listen to a lot of conversations that we have,
Mhm.
the body count. Now I keep saying this. I am 40 as of April 21st. Yeah, I'm from the South. I can say it right. 21st. I will be 49 years old. I have never asked a woman how many dudes that she fucked before me. Now, if she wanted to give me that information that was on her, I never asked for it, nor did I care, but we'll get to that in a second. But it just, to me, that's where the dating pool is terrible.
Yes.
Because even with me, like, for example, I am 49. The herd at my age has thinned because one, a lot of the older women kind of want younger men because a lot of the older women think that men my age don't want them. And you feel where I'm coming from. And two, the females that I attract, they're 28. Well, I would like to have a female that is in my age bracket, but the women in my age bracket don't want me because they want the younger nigga for whatever reason there is. So it's kind of like it muddied it up so much that people don't even know how to talk to each other or have a conversation,
Right.
period, or take the time out to, as our grandma and granddad used to say, court. But they don't court anymore. Honestly, they still don't.
I uh I watched a video a few days ago. I think it was a video from TikTok where this guy drove a half hour to go pick up this young lady to go on a date.
Mhm.
And he's sitting in the car, she's standing on the outside of the car, and she asks him to come open her door. And he basically says, why? So he opens the door from like pushes the door open from the inside. She's like, no, I would like to be a gentleman and get out and come. And there's this argument. The crazy thing is she's recording this. And that's the thing that people love to record everything, right? She's recording this interaction. So
Mhm.
after him opening the door from the inside twice and her pushing it shut with her hip twice and insisting that he get out, he finally gets out and goes to open the door and she's sassing him. So he's like, she goes to sit down. He asks her to get out of the car and she's like, why? And he's like, just get out of the car for a minute. I want to talk to you. So she gets back out of the car. He closes the door and proceeds to tell her, you know what? I'm going home because I drove a half hour to come see you. I am going to be paying for it. And it's just this weird back and forth. Like he wants her to be a lady, but doesn't want to treat her like a gentleman. And she's coming in there with this sense of entitlement
Mhm.
who drove to come. I don't understand the
I'm
date
gonna tell you where it come from.
from the
I-
where, you know what I mean? If you're going on a first date, you open the car door, you make sure she's good.
yeah, actually,
You're
yeah.
gonna pick her up? My
But
God.
no, females say he's a simp.
Mm-hmm.
Females say he's love bombing her.
Mm-hmm.
See. So a wise woman said, you tell people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you.
Yes.
When you have all these females on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, I didn't hear them. I can name them off all of you little YouTube ladies. Oh, he's a simp. If he's too nice, you can walk all over him. Him open your door, he's using that to manipulate you to get sex later. It's like being a gentleman is considered weak. Being a gentleman is considered not cool.
Yes.
We come from the school where Your mama would look at you sideways if the motherfucker didn't open the door for you.
Absolutely.
Actually would cuss his ass out.
Absolutely.
And cuss you out, but not saying nothing.
It's insane. Like the dating world right now, I guess maybe like I don't understand it. You know, you've got old guys looking for younger girls, older women looking for guys, you know, people wanting people to spend, you know, three, four, $500 on a first date and never talk to the person again. People who aren't actually communicating, people who are, you know, trying to live above and beyond their means. Nobody's actually telling the truth about who they are because everybody's trying to grandstand for the socials. Everything goes on social media. You're having a first date with somebody, and every single moment of it is being documented because it's wild. Like the world has become unhinged, and I don't understand it. And you know, I think that this is why people are saying that, you know, there's pee in the dating pool, because you've got this group of people who are so preoccupied with being seen that they're not paying attention to what dating is supposed to be, which is about getting to know a person. You know, they want these $300 and $400 and $500 dates. What happened to the regular dates where people used to just go and get coffee and sit down and actually talk for the first time to see whether they actually even want to go on an actual date? Like me, I'm cool if a person says, you know, like, hey, let's go get a coffee or a tea, or me, I'm great for a first date as a dessert date. Go on a dessert date. Go find like a dessert place where you can get like a tea and some sort of a dessert and just talk. Do people even talk anymore? Like, do people
Oh,
genuinely
no, no,
anymore?
no. Because even the old heads kind of conform to what the young heads do nowadays. They fall into the trap too. No, because see, and like I said before, all these girls, this is the underlying thing that no one pays attention to. You, none of these people have a significant other. Every last one of them are single.
Yeah.
So these people are listening to people that's in the same position as them, trying to, I guess, get advice for somebody that's in the same position as them.
Yeah. Yeah.
To try to not be in that position, but you kind of intuitive because you listen to somebody, which is really supposed to be for entertainment, who is not in a better position than you. Because how can they tell you how you can get somebody and they don't have nobody themselves?
Yep.
It,
Yep. It's me. I'm an advocate for, you know, having open conversation, not
yeah,
going fast, not getting preoccupied and caught up with, you know, like all the he said, she said, all the things that are really not important. Even what you talked about earlier, like wanting to know a person's body count and all this kind of stuff.
yeah.
It's alarming to me the amount of people who are so concerned with a person's body count versus if the person is sexually healthy. When is the last time you went to go get a pap smear? When is the last time you went and had your prostate checked? When is the last time you did a physical? When is the last time you got your sexual health checked, your STIs, and you know, do you know if you're well? Do you know if it's alarming to me, like people who are so concerned with how many people I fucked versus whether or not I'm actually sexually safe. Because if I tell you that I've only fucked two people, but I have gonorrhea dripping from my pum pum, I don't. I'm just saying.
No, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. I had this conversation with a lady at my job,
Mhm.
and I had to explain to her, I am probably way more cleaner than you or any man that you have ever dealt with in your life because the job that I did, I had to be clean in order to do it. I had to
Yes.
be tested on a regular basis to do it. So I took in more STD tests in my lifetime than the average human being. A porn star, it has that encompasses, if you film and you do this seriously, you have taken more tests, STD tests, STI tests, whatever, than any other human being.
Yes.
Because some people ain't never took one.
And they don't. And they're out here just fucking for the sake of fucking. It, it, I don't know. Like I don't think that I don't think that body count matters. I think your sexual health and well-being is what matters because you have people who fucked one time and caught something, and you have people who fucked 100 times and never caught nothing. You know what I mean? It's about safe practices. It's about best practices. It's about your
Mhm.
sexual health and well-being, and making sure that you know what's going on with your body. And it's weird because like so from the male perspective, men don't want a woman that they claim to be run through. So if you as a woman have slept with 10 or more men, you're not desirable, you're not marriage worthy, you're not the only thing you're
Which
good
is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life, but go ahead.
it is. They consider that you're a low value woman. But you know the crazy thing is, men want to fuck women who have experience.
Yeah.
There isn't a there's some
That's the
men,
oxymoron of the whole conversation.
right. They
They, they,
want
they, they claim they want a virgin, but in reality, they want a slut.
to slut me out, whore me out, tie me up, fuck me, and come all over my face type of woman. They want a virginal type of woman for the aesthetic and for what's publicly pleasing and what looks good on paper. But what they want sexually is a woman who is going to wow their shit every single time. And they're not going to get that from a woman who isn't experienced. So for me, the people who talk out of two sides of their faces, they can kick rocks. Like that's just absolutely crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah,
And
because I always say this about dudes.
right. But they'll get married to the pristine good girl and fuck on her on the side with their side chick who is the whore. They won't marry the whorish girl or the sluttish girl or the girl who knows what she's doing and can spin on her head top and suck a dick like a Hoover vacuum. They won't get married to her.
Wait a second. Unless you're an athlete.
Right.
Now, athletes, they love themselves some porn stars, people.
You know what's good? Like the thing is, I don't know. It's just like the problem is I think that people think that because porn stars have sex for a living that they don't have any sort of moral values, and that's just entirely wrong.
No.
They love sex, they are open about it, they are public about it, but it doesn't mean that they lack morals or values. People just want to place their own morals and values on other people, and they really need to stop doing that shit. It's like body shaming.
Mhm.
You see a girl who's bigger than an average sized girl, be like, oh, she shouldn't be wearing that. According to who? According to who? Who made the rules? Who made the rules?
See, the way I look at it when it comes to, especially on the aesthetic of men, I always said this. Men do shit to impress other men. And
Yeah,
men can sit here and say, no, we don't. We do it for women. No, 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 no. Women is just a part of the impressing of a dude.
it's true.
And that's just a fact. You get the car, the woman, all that. So the other dude can sit there and say, you getting it, bro. You getting it. Man,
Mhm.
you the shit. I mean, y'all heard the shit on Superfly, the old school Superfly.
Yeah.
Part of that was you fucking the baddest chicks. You got a TV in every room. It's the American dream. So y'all don't know about that, young bucks. But the thing about it is, that's because they care about what the next nigga think.
Yeah.
Because it's like, even when like for example, when you hear about a female that might decide she want to do OnlyFans, right?
Mhm.
He probably would not have an issue with it. I truly believe the average dude would not have an issue with it if he wasn't worried about his boy finding out.
Yeah. It's yeah. It's
The average dude, hold on. The average dude would be in a poly, a
yes.
swinging relationship. He just got to get over the fact that he got to allow his woman to also play too.
And it's funny that you say this because I was having a conversation with someone today and I was saying to them, it sounds to me like a poly lifestyle would be more suited for you because he has his woman and he likes to every now and again, sample something different is what he calls it.
Yeah.
So I was like, to me, it sounds like you're better suited for a poly lifestyle. He's like, yeah, I think I could do that. I said, but that also means that you have to give your woman room to explore. He's like, what do you mean? I started to laugh. I was like, exactly. He's like, no, I don't think I would like that. He's like, well, I might be okay with that. So you want to be able to dibble dabble and jump in next pom pom, but you don't want your woman to take next cocky, or you would consider it, or you might be okay with it. Oh, but it's not.
Because men look at it, if I allow another dude, this is the funniest sounding shit, right?